All right, evening, guys. Just waiting for other persons to join us, okay?
No problem.
All right, evening, guys. We'll start in a few. I'm just waiting for other persons to join us, okay? At least 10 students. Evening to everybody. I'm still just waiting until we have at least a quorum of students in the class. All right. If you have any questions or comments, or if you want to provide me with an update regarding your RTs, that would be good. we can begin there if you have any questions or comments or concerns. All right, so we're still at 6 students, still need some more persons. Alternate, how is it going in terms of meeting with the RTs and group work on all of that? Alternate, are you there? alternate. Carrie and Lynch, how is everything going in terms of the preparation? So persons are slowly coming in, which is good. All right, so we just need about two or more persons. Evening, everybody. Just waiting for a few more persons to come.
Evening, sir. Sir, I drafted the letter, so I will send it to you shortly.
Okay, all right, I'll look at it. All right, just waiting for at least one more person to join us and then I'll start, okay? Okay, do I use this or do I use this? All right, so we can start. All right, evening guys, evening everybody.
Evening, sir.
All right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about press kit. Some people call it, I think the name evolved into media kit. And then the more popular version now is electronic press kit, EPK. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and we're going to get into some class activity where you're going to start preliminary work on your press kit for the artists. And really what you're going to do, I'm going to give you a link that you're going to use to kind of create a one-stop shop website for the artists, and that in and of itself becomes the press kit. In other words, it will become the hub. All of their social media handles will be there and everything else relating to them. So we'll get into that discussion. Let me just share screen. But of course, I like to ensure that nothing confidential is open on my screen. Yes. Uber Eats. I don't know why Uber Eats sent me anything. Let's close this. This might have confidential stuff. Let's close this. Okay. And no, I don't have to close this because it's going to take too long to open. Library. Yeah. All right, so since we have met, I think I've done quite a number, taught you a number of things. Why did we go to the last one? Taught you a number of things. So one, you would have understood what is public relations and how public relations is different from marketing and publicity to some extent. We spoke about that. We talked about the definition of public relations. We talked about it as a management function. We talked about it in relation to where it fits, like a public relations officer or a department, where it fits within an organization. We talked about the roles and responsibilities of a public relations officer or somebody who wears that hat. Sometimes they're called media relations officer or communications officer. So they are given different, they're called different names, but we did discuss it within the context of the organizational structure of a company or a business. And then we also talk about it in relation to an entertainer. So sometimes you're not working in a company or with a company, but you are just a quote unquote freelancer or a contracted worker who has been asked to do a number of work or to do contracted work on behalf of an artist. I'm trying to get my good friend Talisa Taylor from what's her name of her thing? I can't remember her name, the name of her thing. She is a practitioner of it. Wanted her to kind of come in and talk about publicity because she does a lot of that on behalf of several artists, including Spice. So I'm still trying to reach out to her. Some persons are on vacation. Usually this is the time they tend to travel and do other things. All right. So press kit or media kit, as some persons call it. So what exactly is a press kit? It is a component of an online newsroom, and that in and of itself means that some companies, they actually have an online newsroom section on their website. So if, for example, we go to, I like to do these things, just do it in front of you. So go onto the website of the, let's say, Ministry of Education, Jamaica. Yeah. Usually there's an online news section where you can get, let me see if I can find it. They usually have a section that is, I don't know if you want to call that more news, but uploaded news, featured news. They usually have a section that primarily deals with, they actually had it on it. I saw it the other day. Useful links. Does it come at the top? All right, let me see what comes under. No, corporate. Right, media. Right, so they have a section which is somewhat is called an online media house, quote unquote, where you go to get a lot of information about the company. So this is everything related to news as in relation to the Ministry of Education. So it's somewhat of an online newsroom. So press kit, it is a folder full of downloadable assets that supplement a story. And this definition really is one of the more original definitions, the notion of downloadable assets. Nowadays, people don't really download a lot of things. They tend to stream them. So you can see loaded in this definition is a kind of traditional, almost going into contemporary definition, because as we're going to discuss, you're going to see that many of the way press kits are composed or created, they do have downloadable assets, but in most instances, people are more interested in streaming. So you'll find that on an artist, for example, their website, most times they use their website as somewhat of a press kit. You'll find that they will link you to the streaming platforms that they use to stream their music. So instead of downloading their music, they prefer if you stream it. All right. So the assets include, this is mostly photos, but can also include things like videos, data visualization, and technical specifications. And this definition also speaks to a wide gamut of stuff, not just music, but also companies, government, so companies, whether they be public or private. So let's just listen a little to another way of how we can understand, how we can further understand or better understand a press kit. No, I don't want to hyperlink it. I want to open the hyperlink. Why is it not allowing me to open? Usually it does. Yeah, and it says open the hyperlink. I don't want to do that. I can't copy. Can I? It usually doesn't allow me to copy. So if that happens, oh, wow, that's special. All right, so let's just listen.
What did I have when I made my first $1 million as a coach?
This is not it.
That I have a massive social media following, that I have a
show follow-up. You can.
So let's listen.
Hi everyone, my name is Trina Louie and I'm with the Trade Show Division of Cision. Today, I'm going to be talking about press kits, what they are and how to use them. So, what's a press kit? Put simply, it's a kit that contains useful information for the press. It's like how a first aid kit contains band-aids, medicine, and gauze that the medics need to do their job. A press kit has materials that the press need to write a story on your product or service. So, what does a press kit include? A press kit has a company description to give an overview of what your company does, contact information to direct any questions for more information, your booth number and company logo for branding, press releases that talk about new products or other company news, downloadable high-resolution images and streaming video, which are essential for the media to use in their stories, and supporting assets like white papers, case studies, spec sheets, and customer success stories. Press kits are used a lot at events since reporters and bloggers flock to trade shows to check out the latest products and trends. But don't let the name fool you. A press kit does not have to be limited for the press. Anyone that wants more information on your product or service can benefit from a press kit. A press kit can be given to attendees at your booth, used in pre-show promotion, or used in post-show follow-up. You can link to press kit in email signatures, on your website, in social media, or in news releases. The possibilities are endless. You're spending valuable time and money on press kits. Why not use them in every way you can? But to make sure you're getting the most out of your press kit, you'll want it to have certain qualities, like it should be easily shareable either via email or social. It should be easily discoverable and accessible via search engines or your website. With people using multiple devices to view content, it should look good on any device. And it should have reporting metrics so you can see how your press kit performed for ROI. So as you can see, a press kit can be a very useful tool for meeting your event goals. With today's technology, the only limitation is your imagination.
All right, anybody, did you get anything from that in terms of what is a press kit? And what are some of the things that are included in a press kit, and what are some of the best practices relating to press kits? Hello.
Yes, sir. As you had stated that the first definition that you gave was about it being downloadable. She was saying that it needs to be easily shareable. So and even the fact that persons view view whatever on different devices, phone, tablet, whatever, it should look nice on either. So no matter the size of the screen, it should still look
right. So it's not nice. The term is mobile friendly. That's the term we use in public relations and our marketing, that even like your website, it must be mobile friendly. So part of it being mobile friendly is that it automatically resizes whenever based on regardless of the device persons are using to interact with the content. So you're very correct. So a press kit, often referred to as a media kit in business environments, is a pre-packaged set of promotional materials that provide information about a person, company, organization, or cause, and which is distributed to members of the media for promotional use. So the image on the side is just showing you members of the media who oftentimes are invited to like a press conference, and they're given a press kit. This, of course, happens with government, but in the case of small companies and so forth, they don't necessarily they might not attract the attention of the press the way government or certain companies would be able to. So as a result, as I said to you before, you'll find that you're going to find that the evolution or the etymology of creating a press kit affects the way in which it is defined and in terms of who becomes the consumers of a press kit. So originally, most science persons create press kits for the press, but now media kit, especially in the case of entertainers, whether they be music actors, singers, or so forth, they oftentimes are creating it as well for their fan base or potential fan base. So there, outside of a press kit, there is something that is, when it goes, press kits that are specific to certain areas of activity or professions, or in this case, sports, the name somewhat changes from press kit to media guide. So a media guide, historically also known as a dope book, is a sports-related press kit distributed as a book or a binder and published by sports teams before the start of the sporting season. It features information related to the team, players, history, statistical records, and other similar items. Media guides are usually distributed to sports journalists to assist in their broadcasting of the team. And I'm sure also these things are needed when they're trading, like, one player from one basketball team to the next. So a different type of press kit, or one type of press kit, is a media guide, which is specific to sports. So the origins of press kit. So traditionally, the term press kit referred to a set of documents, photographs, such as.
Sorry, I'm late.
Okay, that's okay. Referred to a set of documents, photographs, such as publicity stills and other relevant materials packaged together and designed to be sent to a newspaper or magazine as part of an organization's public relations or promotional program. So if you notice now, this is a very traditional definition of a press kit, a very, very traditional definition in terms of when you hear about photographs and a set of documents sent to a newspaper or a magazine as part of an organization, public relations, or promotional program. And we're going to look at an example as well that gives us a sense of history, that helps us to historicize the origins of press kit, how they were very cumbersome to some extent, and how they have actually reduced in size and actually moved from physical to digital, or from offline to online. All right. So let's look at an example. Let's look at what I'm talking about, something that helps us to give us some amount of context. So give me one sec. I'm going to share the video. Sometimes I'm very afraid of sharing some of the videos because when I'm trying to post it in the WhatsApp group, they might block it. So.
Why should you use Miro? When you draw on a whiteboard, no one sees it. With Miro, you can plan together in real time.
So I'm going to share now. This is going to help us to historicize the notion of a press kit. I'm not going to play all of it.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a little quick video I wanted to put together here. This is something that's just going to be quick and unscripted, and just something I thought would be pretty cool for you to look at. So this is a folder, a press folder, and this was given out in 1993, probably at a Macworld or a press event or something like that. And inside is a bunch of goodies here. And I want to go through some of what's inside here because I have not seen it anywhere else. I think it's just pretty cool to look at. So the first thing you'll notice is a lot of papers here. So there's a lot of documents, news releases, stuff like that. But there's also these slides, and these are photographic positives. And so when a light source is illuminated from the back, you can see them there in great condition. And there are some awesome shots of computers here. So let's go through these first because they're probably the most exciting part here. So here's a Quadra 840 with a display. I'm sorry, 840 AV. How could I forget that? Here's an Apple AudioVision 14-inch display. An exciting Geoport telecom modem. Ooh, or an adapter rather. Yeah, these probably have not been taken out in a long time, so they're not happy to come out. Here's a Quadra 840 AV with a Centris 660 AV. I think I actually have both of these machines. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And then we have what looks like a screenshot of the At Ease software. At Ease 2.0. That's pretty cool. So, this booklet was given out to the press, and it was obviously, trying to give them information to write about or share. And so I'm not going to read the press releases. I'm probably going to end up scanning these in. But yeah, so this is Apple pushes the boundaries of personal computing with AV technologies. So this is probably touting the Quadra and the Centris. Yeah. So this is from July 29th, 1993 at the Macworld Boston Expo. And it, gives specifications of the products, touts what it could do, some pricing there. Jeez. So the Quadra 840 AV started at $4,069 US. Wow. And the highest end model of that would go up to $6,249.
I'm just going to skip a little because what he's showing you, kind of demonstrating is
this fall.
Yeah, so this is a corporate worksheet that is
add-on.
Let me see.
AT&T system Painter X2, which requires Painter keyboard, Apple Link keyboard, Apple Link keys OSA component.
Right. So that's another press release.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody likes the.
So the point is that originally the press release was this very cumbersome, thick folder with a lot of files, and you can just imagine the difficulty the media houses had in terms of going through a press kit that had so much information, and probably even damaging some of the information in the press kit, especially when they put, if you saw that there were physical stuff like samples of the new device or the new technology to come out. So it was a very cumbersome kind of document in its origin or in its original form. Everybody understanding?
Yes, sir.
So recently, a print media circulation and readership levels, as print media circulation and readership levels have been declining, marketing and PR persons now have begun using broader terms such as media kit, so that it now refers to any promotional material distributed to any media outlet. So in other words, the original news release or press release and photographs and stuff like that were not the only ways of how companies were informing people about what they were actually doing. Even featured stories now became a part of press kits. Social media handles, for example, in a more contemporary form, have become part of a press kit. So press kit versus advertising media kit. And so there's a distinction between the two. Some people say it's a distinction without a distinction. But the important thing to note is that when you're talking about an advertising media kit, you're talking about, most times it's usually done business to business. You know, I'm not sure if you have ever, this has ever happened to you, where somebody like a salesperson calls you and comes into your company and say, okay, we want you to do business with us. And they open their folder and they show you, they kind of demonstrate some of the things that they have done, some of their successes, some of their KPIs, stuff like that. And the aim of it, though, is for you to what? Engage in some sort of business with them. Has that ever happened to anybody? With you or at your company, has that ever happened?
Oh, sir.
I heard one no. Is that the case for everybody?
No, sir, not that I can recall.
Okay, so at Excelsior, we had I've been approached so many times. There was this what's they called, vision board. There was this vision board company. Is it Third Vision? Was it this company? Right. So here's a live example. So when I was the public relations officer, and this is why you see they say, good day, Mr. Clark. It was a proposal concerning an advertising partnership between us and Excelsior. And what they wanted to do was to provide vision boards. So, well, this is on the day itself, this is just a contract, but this is, you can think about this as a kind of press kit in terms of company overview, board of directors. It's just that they have put it in one document. So they're giving us a lot of information. So in this case now, this becomes an advertising media kit, or an versus a press kit that primarily is used to, a PR media kit is really used to get the attention of the press. So there's a distinction between the two. So advertising media kits, think about it, oftentimes, you know, business to business, business to customer, where the intention is for you to get some sort of monetary value, versus a media kit where you're trying to get the attention of media houses to publish your story or to feature different parts of whatever is in the media kit, to include it as a part of their story. So think about it in terms of that distinction between the two. So as I said before, some people some people say it's a distinction without a distinction. However, the distinction between, one of the biggest distinction between public relations and marketing is that public relations is about managing and maintaining relationships, and marketing is about getting value out of the relationship, and most times the value is monetary. All right, there are other values, yes, but the main or the primary value is monetary for marketing. So think about it that way between a media kit and an advertising kit. Okay, so media kits, ways to use media kit: business to business, as I was saying before. For example, that business approaching Excelsior; business to investor, wanting persons to spend money; business to media, sometimes they want to get attention; influencer to business, many times you want person to endorse your business; non-profit to media, again, the non-profit wants the media to cover their whatever they're doing. In this case, it is more a press kit than a media kit. And non-profits to donors, when you're trying to get people to come on board to actually spend. And these are just some examples of things people might include in a media kit. All right, in the case of an artist, there are certain things that you show, that, you know, you are you're actually current and you're valuable. For example, if it is that you're going to, sometimes you need to send your press kit, and I'm speaking within the context of an artist now, just for them to see your current achievements and awards, to determine, for example, how much to pay you, or whether to put it in the movie, or whether or not you need to be featured on this album. So it really is a way to sell yourself, not necessarily in a monetary way, but allow you to kind of even to become an ambassador for certain organizations and become aligned to certain people and certain organizations and causes. All right, so a press kit is a media kit. A media kit is a public relations tool for influencers, brands, and organizations to raise awareness, explain services, and provide essential information for prospective partners. And here they're trying to make a distinction between a press kit and a media kit. And for the media kit, one-stop shop for all information a marketer may need, used for collaborations, partnerships, and influencer marketing, includes biography, website traffic, stats, rate, and contact information. Some of these things are actually in the press kit. But as I said before, I would not get obsessed between in trying to make a distinction between a media kit and a press kit, because as I said before, the term even press kit is hardly ever used now. Most people use the term media kit. All right, and you're going to even now find electronic press kit. So there are different terms depending on the purpose and the outcome. I would not get obsessed and get caught in the weave of trying to make a distinction between the two terms, because of the end of the day, they can both be used in particular ways to achieve different purposes. And again, I want to show you some examples of press kits. Let's look at some examples. This is a link. Let me get out of this. So this is going to show you a range of press kits. So here is one. Let's just look at this example. This is for a company. Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is a media kit from real estate, and they're just, you know, showcasing the business. What they're able to do, you know, different things, just kind of advertising themselves in different ways, or I like to say showcasing what they're able to do. Another example that we can look at, let's look at another example. Adweek. Let's see, this might be an advertising company. Again, they're showing you 4,500 plus national weekly circulation. So the number of persons reached, 1.9 million e-news opt-in audiences. So these are some of their achievements. So they're kind of showcasing the things that they're able to do and some of their accomplishments. And this, of course, is a media kit, because in this case, they're trying to get business. So they would come to, for example, an Excelsior and say to Excelsior, please advertise with us. We're a digital advertising company. We want you to advertise with us. And here's our press kit. And you can go through it and look at the statistics just to get a sense of what you'll be getting from the partnership. All right. So they're giving us a lot of stuff here. Let's look at another one. That was that one. This is Virgin Australia. Can we find something that is black? All right. Virgin Australia. I don't know about Virgin Australia, but it's a site that is not secure. I have to pay attention to that, because these. All right, here is another one. Press kit again. And many times this, of course, this is business to customer. Sounds like a tourist kind of thing. So here they're giving you some statistics. It's kind of like a travel. They're showing you what you're able to do, or what you're able to do. Hold on, is this a magazine? Let's see what this is, because I didn't. Media Kit Virgin. Let's see what the business is. Virgin Australia, broad choice to Australian skies. Oh, it's a airline company, right? Right. So they're showing you rates, features, you know, destinations, general specific information about themselves, things like that, giving you a sense of who they are as an airline. All right. Do we understand? So that's an example of a kind of corporate company, a corporate company's press kit that they would have on their website, and would also email to customers if persons ask questions, if they're in like a business meeting, if the press, as I said before, even though you see where that same media kit can be used for to achieve public relations objectives as well as for marketing objectives, because in the case of the press, you can send that to the press and the press can quote statistics from it in terms of circulations, in terms of the number of passengers they've had, whether or not they're offering any sort of thing. If it is for business to customer, then of course the customers can look at it to say if the rates are good and where specifically their airports are and the kinds of accommodations or the kinds of services they'll be offered. All right, so this is why I keep saying that don't get caught in the weed of trying to determine, oh, this is a press kit or this is a media kit, and there are distinction and there's no distinction. Don't try to get into the weeds. Just know that when you create the kit itself, that you know why you're creating it, and you know specifically the overall goal, and you know also the specific objectives. All right, any questions? Okay, quick question, guys. Do you think you're learning in the course? I just want to find out, do you think you're actually learning public relations in the course so far, for the persons who are coming to classes at least? Should I take that as a no, that you're not learning? Because that would defeat the purpose. Hello, why you are not talking to me, guys? Persons
Sir,
are
I've been trying to find the Zoom to open my mic. I wasn't able to find it. Sir, honesty is best policy. Somewhat.
Okay.
Like I get that the course isn't hard on anything, but majority of the information does stick. Others, you'd have to like look back to ensure that you actually understand, because some of the information are so similar. You don't want to like get confused.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you
Yeah.
have to kind of try to differentiate them so that you can best understand what you're doing.
Okay, thanks for that, Tajira. What about the others? Carrie Ann, Kimberly, sorry, I've never heard, I'm not sure if you have ever spoken in my class. What about you?
Sir Kimberly and I sent a response in the chat.
Oh,
Both.
you were the guys, you were the young ladies who sent the thing in the chat. Okay, okay. I just wanted to find out, because I don't know if, everything is just going over everybody's head, or they're like, what the hell is this man teaching us? I'm not understanding or anything like that. All right, so hopefully you are, and part of your learning is that you have to invest the time to kind of review the content, or as I said, review the content by watching some of the recordings, going on Canvas. Oh yes, I did email them about the Canvas thing. Are you guys now able to access the content on Canvas? I did send a request to both the head.
I went on Canvas last night for another course and saw public relations there.
Okay, good, because I'm going to upload this lecture. All right, so good. All right, so the history of press kit, and the history of press kit is just something to say that originally media kits were attached to emails as PDF, and you were really pitching to journalists. And I'm sure you guys would have remembered the USB or the thumb drive kind of thing. No, that's not the case. We kind of moved away from that now, where it is a very online thing. There are some persons who still have the folder, the kind of still physical folder, because some, like in Jamaica, some of the media houses are very traditional as well. And when they come to the event, they expect to get a press kit. Even if you say to them, oh, but I emailed it to you, they're like, oh, can I get a physical one, because I haven't checked my email from morning? Because sometimes when they're at the event, they want to be going through some of the information in the press kit and kind of highlight certain things, so that when they're, for example, if they decide to write up a story or to write a story, then they can actually go back to some of the content and do some sort of quoting or whatever. Or they might just pull your for example, your press release from the press kit and just publish it as is. All right. So that really takes care of the quote unquote history of creating a press kit. So purposes of a press kit. So you use a press kit when you're launching a new product, when a company, when there's a new company that is being launched, when there are mergers and acquisitions, sometimes companies come together. So there are sometimes when one company buys another company. You use press kit at press conferences or news conferences. For example, the government is going to talk about how they're going to combat the monkeypox virus and preventing the spread of it. They have to give the press a lot of information. Even Jamaica Public Service would have to do the same thing. For example, if they're talking about light bills and the high cost of energy, and they're trying to work things out, things like that. So announcements of special events, for example, industry or industry trade shows or exhibitions. So special events, it could be Miss Jamaica or Miss Universe. You have a lot of industry trade shows where you go and see, for example, the latest cars. A company, a press release or a media release, usually a press kit. Usually you have a press release in your press kit, or you want to notify the media of any newsworthy event within a company's spheres of activities. It could be, for example, that you're going to open a new branch. It could be that, for example, there's a new manager, or you're going to make certain structural changes, or even close down a branch. So elements of a press kit, and these elements are just general. You have to determine now, when you are working, for example, with a company, you have to determine what are the things that you should include in your press kit. And if you're working with an up and coming artist, you again have to determine what are the things you should include in your press kit. So this is just a minimum recommendation. It is not the standard or universal rule to say that these are the things that must be in the press kit. All right, so background with historical information on the company or the individual. So people want to know who's the artist. If you have an artist called D Voice or Owski, who exactly is this person? They need some sort of information about the person. Fact sheet, many times fact sheets are really about companies, and we looked at some of that earlier, where they're giving some statistics in terms of where their papers are being circulated, the number of subscriptions. So biographies of key executives or individuals or artists. The biography of the artist is important. And when we get to the end part of the course, where you're going to look at how you can use a website, the biography of the musical, I like to call it the musical biography of the artist, is always very critical, because fans sometimes want to know who exactly is this person. And the press, for example, wants to know who is this person, right? Entertainment reporters would want to know who is this person, right? Because they don't want to write an article or cover the person in a vacuum, because they're going to say, but who name, where him come from, where him name, what is his right name, which parish him come from, things like that. All right, so photos or other images of key executives, logos, products, etc. And notice it says high resolution, so everything has to be very chic, look very modern, because you want to appear or come across as very professional when you are creating your press kit. All right, another thing that you can include in your press kit is a press release. We looked at how to write a press release. So you determine now the nature of the release, what exactly is going to be in the release, right? And of course, also you want to have media contact information in your press kit. By that I mean that who should they contact? Who should the media contact if they want to speak to someone, whether it be on behalf of the artist or on behalf of the company? Who exactly should they contact? You'll find now, in terms of the older press kits versus new press kits now, originally they had CDs and DVDs and stuff like that. Some people still actually have DVDs and might even have CDs in their press kits, or even vinyl records, because in Europe vinyl records are still being sold. Versus now, where in the kind of digital press kit, you must have, for example, social media handles. Another thing or another collateral you should have in your press kit are like any newspaper article or ad, for example, if it is that the artist had performed on a number of concerts. Sometimes those things are very important to include, especially if the artist perform at an event where there's a big name like a Vibes Cartel or a Bounty Killer or a Beanie Man. You want to highlight that the artist is respected to the point where he is on a flyer with one of dancehall's greatest. Those things build legitimacy and build credibility in terms of getting media attention and in terms of getting even corporate endorsements and or collaboration. So the nature of press kits now for an artist versus a band. So in the case of an artist or a band, you want to have the band history or the artist history. CDs or DVDs, we're going to move away a little bit away from CDs or DVDs. I deliberately include them in there because some persons, and I know specifically in Jamaica that some artists still go the route of CDs. They like to distribute it to people so that they can play, especially to the selectors. All right, videos, and we're going to look at how we get videos now involved. Photos, again, news articles or reviews of the artist. There are sometimes when there are reviews in terms of how people feel about the song or feel about the album. All right, sometimes the reviews are not just written. Sometimes they're oral or audio visual, where persons upload their reviews of the album. All right, and notable achievements, and we're going to look at some examples of that as well, in terms of whether or not they have been awarded or being, you know, commended or whatever it is. All right, again, contact information in terms of who exactly are they supposed to talk to, who, for example, is the manager, who's the publicist, who are members of the team, and what are their roles, as well as your social media handle, discography. You're talking about the songs that the artists, all the songs that they have done so far, and if they have done any albums, things like that. Everybody understands that in terms of the components of a press kit for an artist or a band.
I came on late, but thus far I'm catching up.
Okay. You said that already. So now we move to the notion of what is called an electronic press kit, and that is what you're going to create for me. So you're not going to create anything. We're going to have a physical thing where, you know, you're going to say, sir, here's a physical thing, right? So the first known electronic press kit was premiered in 1995 and was invented by Andre Gray, and he was involved in music. And he realized that there was a sudden shift in the marketplace. And in the 1990s, I'm not sure if you know that, that was the rise of the World Wide Web and the internet. That was when, if my memory is correct, Bill Clinton was the president of the United States, and he got a lot of credit. A lot of things were being done. So there was a major shift from offline to online. And he realized the shift and said, here what? Press kits now need to be electronic or need to be digital. All right. And what he did, he included, for example, a bio, audio clips, videos, photos, press, all these various things. And I'm sure you see many of the up and coming artists themselves trying to do these kinds of things, including these things when they are trying to promote themselves especially on social media platforms. So distribution format, in other words, how can you go about distributing the content? Many companies have a part on their website, and we call it online newsroom, that captures everything relating to news and a press kit. We said CD, DVD, video, audio cassette. Some of those things are in, some of those things are out. The internet, some people still have their flash drive. For the ones who are very poor in different parts of the world, they use a very traditional way. Contents of a musical press kit. In other words, what should you include in a musical press kit? We talked about biography. We talked about musical clips. Sometimes it's not good to give them the full song. All right, just a teaser to get them all hyped up. High resolution press photos, very, very important that we can see very good photos of the artists. Forthcoming tour dates, or if you want to say upcoming tour dates, promotional videos, offline website or website links, especially to social media handles, things like that. Media reviews and interviews, if they have been done, and in your case, I need to see that either the radio interview or the TV interview or the YouTube interview, whatever the interview is, must be up. Yes?
Okay, so I'm just trying to make a note.
Okay.
Okay, so
but I'm going to upload it to Canvas. I'm not sure why you guys are not seeing. I've emailed them, I've called them, I don't know what else to do.
Yes, sir. It's only unit one. There's nothing, no links, nothing. It's just just the unit one.
What I'll do, I'll email this as well and I'm not sure what they're doing on their end. So I'll talk to them. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problems. So media reviews, in other words, has the media covered any story, and of course positive stories about the artists, right? Any kind of coverage. And it doesn't have to be traditional media. It could be social media. It could be a fan who's on, it could be a fan who is talking about the artist. I love that song you're hearing. Or it could be somebody who's dancing, the song is being played and people are just dancing or they're competing or doing different things, right? And you include that as a part of the press kit, providing that it is, it is fit for airplay. So you have to make a distinction or be very conscious of the fact that if, for example, you want your artist to go corporate, then his or her image has to be clean, because corporate Jamaica, for example, is not going to get in bed with anybody who has, quote unquote, a kind of, let's call a checkered past, quote unquote. All right, so this is partly why you might hear the attorney for Popcorn suing because he believes that it's not the weed that is the problem, but it's the coke that is the problem. Because some persons are going to say, hold on, I'm not so sure I want to associate my brand with this artist. All right, so this is partly why you see his attorney suing the government. All right, so, or recommend if you like, so RURIYL, recommend if you like, list of artists in similar styles or genre. In other words, this is something I used to say to all the up and coming artists I used to advise. Give me if I were to look at the current dancehall artists or the current reggae acts, who are you? Where do you fit? If I were to keep a concert and there's a lineup, where would you fall on the lineup? Where exactly would you come before Bounty Killer, after Bounty Killer, before Spice, after Spice? If you have Richie Stephens, would you go before him? You know, I always say that to them, that you need to figure out who you are, so that when you send your press kit to anyone, to, for example, let's just say that you're in Jamaica and, you know, there is a promoter in the United States who just was scrolling on YouTube and heard your song and say, you know, I want some more information about you. Just send me something. You send your press kit. It could be that you send the link to your press kit. It could be that you have a website that houses all the information, right? So contact information, very important. High resolution, color photos or images of key persons. I think I said some of this before. And of course, as I said before, some of these things, you have to customize it. You know, of course, in the case of a company, you don't need a company logo, but you probably need a certain image, the name, and, you know, some persons have a certain swag or a certain saying associated with them. For example, Alkaline, it's the man himself. So if persons Google that, they will see Alkaline coming up in Google search engine. So even those kinds of things you have to think about. All right, so here's an example of a press kit of an artist. Let's just visit the website. It's very amazing how I'm able to copy. This is amazing. So if we go home, for example, so this is a band. These are, here they are, kind of, you know, have their little thing here, but they also have something called a press kit on their website. And they give you bio, awards and accolades. You can click here, photos. Here are their photos, high resolution photos. They have sample tracks here, so you can listen a little. Give you a little sample. I wouldn't have made the sample this long. I would not have done that. And here are their videos. So it becomes that one page that has all the information that would be relevant. So if somebody's interested in this band, all you have to do, copy and paste. Give somebody that. They're in Europe. Okay. I can hear their songs. I can see the video. I can see how they look. I can make a determination if I want to work with them or not. Does it make sense, guys? Make sense?
Yes, sir. Makes sense.
Yes. All right. So let's now build our own. So I want you to type in bandzoogle.com. I want you to type it in, go into, open a page and type in Bandzoogle. Don't press anything yet because you're going to actually use it for your final. This is actually where you're going to, this is what you're going to use for your digital press kit. All right, so I did a little experiment. I was just playing around. So I was going to write Skellibeng and I realized I can't write Skellibeng because, you know, it's a different name. So you can use it. Do not use it yet, guys, because you will need it to, well, one person in the group can use it. So I created something, you know, Skibeng. You don't need to enter. You have it's a 3-month trial without a credit card. So you can use it now to kind of create something on behalf of the artist. In other words, this is going to be your digital, your electronic press kit for my class. So when you have created all of this, you're going to send me the link. And then I am going to go in now and look and mark and say, okay, I'm seeing this, there's bio, there's music, photos, there's this. You can change these tabs, give them different names. There's contact, all of that. All right, do we understand?
So you need one per artist. That's what you're
Yes,
saying.
sir.
Yes, one per artist.
Okay.
Yeah, one per artist. So the group will do that. All right, do we understand?
Yes, sir.
Right. It's not very difficult. You can actually watch a video and see how to kind of move around some of the stuff. But it's drag and drop, drag and drop. It's nothing that you're going to need to be coding, or it's very, very simple. Very, very, very simple. All right. But you're going to actually start an activity on it. No, because I'm finished with Presskit. Finish. Because as I said before, all you need to know are the what is a press kit, the types of press kit, the components of a press kit, and then you go and create your own press kit. But before you create your own, you have the only thing you have learned so far is how to write a press release. No, you actually have your PR plan. I taught you how to do your PR plan as well, your public relations plan. So you have that part. And then you have done the press release. So next week or this week, we might start I introduce you to a feature story, or probably I continue the discussion on press kit and give you some practice, because I think that is also important. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put you in groups, and then I'm going to tell you the artists that you're going to work with. And or one day, should I put you in your respective groups now and see if you can create something, at least the front page for the artist? What you guys think? So you kind of get some practice.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I would also like to talk to you about something. If you put us in the breakout room, you could come into the room that I'm in.
Yes. All right, so let me do that then, because we can use some time to do some work. I think there are 5 groups, but I'm going to automatically have to go assign you manually. Okay. All right, so Tanika, I need to write this down so I don't put you guys in there. So Tanika, which artist are you working with again? Okay, Tanika, did she leave? Or Shanice, which artist are you working with?
Andre. Light just went.
Is that Shanice talking?
Andre, sir.
I'm speaking to Shanice. Is Shanice there?
Yes, sir. You're not hearing me.
Right. I just asked if you are talking to Shanice. That was a yes or no. I was just trying to confirm.
Yes, sir.
Right. Which artist are you working with?
Andre Walker.
Okay.
And sir, I was saying to you that Tanika texted and said that her light went, so to apologize for her.
Okay. Thanks for the info. Shanice. Because I have to do it according to so let's say room 1. All right. Lanis, which artist are you working with? All right. I can't. Ruth, which artist are you working with? Are you guys hearing me? Why are you not responding? I'm not understanding. Our persons are not in the class. Okay, Carry On, are you hearing me? Carry On Lynch?
Loud and clear, sir. The voice.
The voice.
The voice.
All right, thank you. So let me put room 2. So that is Carry On. Romario, with whom are you working?
He texted in
D-Chrome, okay. So that's room, I'm gonna put that in room 3. Room 3 is Jessica, which artist are you working with?
Sir Leo Carmichael, and so you want the group members?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
So Leo Carmichael. Yes, give me the group members because that probably works a little easier.
That's myself, well, Anya, alternate, Yannick,
Hold on.
Kimberly.
Anya is Anya.
Yeah, Anya Boyd,
Uh-huh.
alternate White, Yannick Wiles,
Yannick
Kimberly Richards,
and Kimberly.
and myself.
Okay. What's your name? Jessica. All right, so Jessica, I'm going to put you guys in room 4. So that's Jessica. Roberta. Roberta, with
Sorry, not to cut you. Remember, I want to say something to you as well when you finish.
Yeah, I'm going to come in the breakout room. So I'm just putting persons in the breakout room first. But just go into the breakout room and start a discussion, and then I'll come in, okay?
No problem.
Okay. Roberta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, with whom are you working? Which artist?
Sir, along with Diane Donovan, Cassandra.
I didn't hear the artist.
The Voice.
Okay, so this is Roberta. And who are the other persons?
Diane Donovan, Cassandra Ferguson, Tajira, Karian, and forgot her name.
Larian.
Larian.
Okay. All right, thank you. So you guys are in room 2. So this is, I was speaking to Roberta. Was I speaking to Roberta? Yes, I was. That's room 2. Cassandra, with whom are you working?
Sir, the group that has the voice.
The Voice.
Yes, I think you just spoke with Roberta. She's one of the members.
Okay, Shante Ricketts.
Here, sir.
With whom are you working?
Geek room.
Geek room, that's room 3. Diane Jackson. I think you're in what? The Voice? I think Diane Jackson is The Voice. Yes, she said yes. The Voice is room 2. John L. Mills. John L. Mills, are you there? Okay, Shelley Ann Price.
Oski as well.
Oski. Oski would be room 5 then. John L. So that's John L. Just answer me, right?
No, Lawrence.
Lawrence. Oh, Sharna Lawrence.
Yes, sir.
Sharna K. Lawrence. I don't remember. I called that name a while ago.
No, sir. I was answering for Janelle because she's in my group. I'm in the same group as them.
No, please don't answer for it. You're going to confuse me. If she's not here, just don't say anything. So this is your Oski, right? So this is room 5 then. So you are Sharna K. Because I'm wondering, room 5. All right. Shelley Ann Price, with whom are you working?
Oski, sir.
All right, so you're room 5 as well. Kenisha Thomas, with whom are you working?
So I'm working with Andre Walker.
Andre Walker, that means you're in room 1. Tajira Williams.
Yes, sir. The Voice.
The Voice is room 2. Yes. Lorian.
Dandre.
Dandre. Who's Dandre? You mean Andre Walker? Is that the Lorian, are you there?
Sir?
Yes, what's the name of the artist?
Sir, we've been calling him Dandre. I don't know what other name he goes by.
I'm not sure. Is it the same artist as Andre Walker? You need to know his right name as well.
Andre, yes, sir.
Okay. Room 1. All right, Kimberly Richards.
Yes, sir.
Artist, please.
Leo Carmichael.
Or I think Larian. Larian, you're in that. Larian,
No,
you're.
she's not.
Oh, sir, the voice.
The voice is room 2. I think I put everybody. Please go in the breakout room. Please go in the breakout room. Lanice Bruce, who are you with whom are you working? Oski is room 5. Ruth, with whom are you working?
Andre, sir. Same Walker.
Okay. Yes. Jonelle Mills. Jonelle Mills. Larian Howell Whittaker, sorry.
Yes, sir, the voice.
The voice, you are room 2. Alternate White. Not hearing alternate. Venice. Which artist are you working with?
Andre Walker.
All right, so that's room 1. So I'm not hearing from Jonelle Mills or alternate White. Not sure where they are. So I'll just go into the breakout room. I put you guys in the breakout room so I can then go in. Yes, alternate. With whom are you working? No, Tatiana. Which artist are you working?
Sir. D Chrome.
D Chrome.
Yeah.
So why you're not appearing?
You
I think I put it. I think I
put
put
me
you.
in group in room 2, but I'm not seeing any of my people.
You're
So,
you're supposed to be in room 3. Sorry.
yes, I jumped out.
Right, room 3. My bad. Yeah.
Sorry, my artist is Leo Carmichael.
Leo Carmichael.
Apologies.
Yeah, so room 4. Yeah, I figured more or less because you're usually here and doing your work. All right, so I put you in the breakout room. So you should be able to go in now, alternate. I'm not sure what's happening with Janelle. Oh.
Sir, can you please put me in room 2? I join with another device so we could share screen because everybody else is on their phone.
Okay. You said room 2, right?
Yes, sir. Room 2.
Okay. Uh,
I hear.
Kamiko,
I got kicked off due to light had gone. It just came back.
okay, which artist you're working with again?
Office, I'm supposed to be in group 5. My teammates told me group 5.
Okay, so you're in room 5. Kumiko,
Sir,
where are you
I'm
supposed to be?
working with D Chrome. No, D Chrome. Leave that alone. D Chrome.
Okay, so room 3.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So you can go into room 3 now, Kumiko. All right, so we have a few seconds for the breakout room to close. All right, so room one, let me see what you have. What did you create so far? Shanice, Lorian, Ruth, and Venice. Go ahead, let's see what you have. Share screen, please, thanks. Room one, are you going to share anything with us? Okay, not hearing anything from room one. Room two, Carrie and Cassandra, Diane, Lorian, Roberto, Chajiro. Go ahead, let's see what you have. And you guys are working with the voice. Let's see what you created. All right, so that's the cover. I guess that's the cover. I think Larian is the one sharing. All right.
Oh,
So
sorry, I didn't talk on the thing mute. Sorry.
oh, okay. So this is the
I was
cover, right?
saying, yes, sir. I was struggling to get photo, like, because I'm using two devices.
Mm-hmm. But he has a lot of content on social media. If you follow him on Facebook, you know, he's always putting up stuff. Even this morning was doing some kind of live streaming stuff. So he's very, very busy on social media, actually. All right, so thanks, room two. And as I said, this is just a start and you got limited time. So I didn't expect you to do everything. Just when you're going to do all of these things, ensure that you consult the artist in terms of color palette and all of that, all right? That's very important. Yes, I'm seeing my beautiful face. All right, room three, Shante, Kumiko, Romario, Tatiana. Go ahead from your room three. Let's see what you guys have.
So this is what I did so far, well, what we did so far. I'm not understanding how to maneuver this website properly.
So
So
it will take some time. It's not very difficult, but you probably can get some image of him or like a photo of him.
Yes, sir. I just did it and then it went away. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you will get it. You will figure it out eventually. It's a start.
Sir, but you gave me a 30-day free trial.
Yes, so 30-day free trial, which means that because this is actually how you're going to submit your assignment, you know, this is a platform you're using for your media kit. So in other words, when I'm going to mark, all you're going to do is to email me the link, and I go there and I click on different things to ensure that the different things are there in terms of the press kit.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So if, for example, the trial runs out for you, someone else in your group can just create one, do one on their own, and you get an additional 30-day trial.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Room three, room four, alternate Jessica, Kimberly. Let's see what you guys have.
So we got as far as his bio, and I'm still trying to learn how to manipulate. Oh, never mind. So this is the home page. That's his picture in the back, his name, and we were about to start doing his biography.
Okay.
So we asked who is Leo Carmichael, and we were gonna give a whole history here, and then we'll add more information.
All right. Okay. Good. It's a start. Yes. I like the color palette. It reflects the genre.
The
Is more,
artist, yeah.
it reflects him. All right, thanks, room 4. And finally, but not least, room 5, Janelle, Lanice, Shanike, Shellyan, and Tanika. Let's see what you guys have done so far.
So while they're going about to share, sir, did you call on room 1 already?
I did, and nobody answered.
I didn't hear, sir, because we just got back in the room when I hear you was talking, but I didn't hear what you said.
All right, go ahead, share screen before room 5. Let room 1 go ahead. Let's see what room 1 has. So hold on room 5, let room 1 go ahead. Quickly. All right, so here we have something. And this looks like it fits the artist. It kind of have that kind of look. Yes.
So that's so far with that.
All right, that's okay. That, as I said, is a start, so that's really nice. All right, thanks, guys. Room 5, quickly. Let's see what room 5 has.
Started the what you call it, who had subscribed. Her computer is freezing up, so she's trying to share.
Oh.
So if it is that
Can she share the link and I'll share? If she can share the link, I can share it.
Okay, let me see if I can text her. Shall I share the link if you can, please?
Yeah, she can share it either in the chat or in the WhatsApp group quickly because time is.
Yes, in the chat or in the WhatsApp group.
All right, that's taking forever. So she can share it in the WhatsApp group. Have a good night. Good night, everybody, because we are 4 minutes over the time and the other teacher is waiting on you guys. All right. So continue to work on this. This is going to be the platform that you're going to use to create your press kit. We'll continue our conversation on press kit on Thursday and also go into feature writing, okay, which is another component that must be included in your press kit. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
You too, sir. Try, sir, see if you can push whosoever need to push whatever to the platform for your information, please. Yes.
Yes, I will do that. No props.